Hello and welcome to the transcription explanation of this design. It was made using Loren Sherman's script, which uses a combination of dots and lines on these 4 different stems to make our consonants. And vowels are a bit trickier. They're these smaller circles, and they have different positions depending upon what vowel they are and if they're attached on one of these 4 consonant stems. So A's are always towards the outside of the word circle. If we see here, we have all of the A dots around the word. And if they're on a stem that goes outside the word circle, and the only one is this circle on the line stem, it still goes inside that stem, but outside the word circle. O's are always on the inside of the word circle, so this is it by itself on the word circle line. And then we have our stems, and they are on the line of the stem when the stem goes inside the word circle, which is all of the stems. So they're on the line of the stem. And E's, I's, and U's are all in the same position. I's have a line going towards the middle, U's have a line going outwards. And their position is on the line of the sentence of the word circle here, so just right on that line. And if they're on a stem that goes inside the line, so these two, which are entirely inside the word circle, they're right in the middle of that stem. So they're in the middle of the stem, or on the line of the word circle. So that's how vowels work, and like I said, they're a bit trickier. And there's no punctuation in this design. I didn't put a period at the end of it because I didn't really have room for one. It would have gone here, a circle on the line of this sentence circle. And yeah, so anyway, let's go ahead and get to this design. So you read the script bottom counterclockwise. So we start here. This is our first word, and this word only has one letter, and that one letter is a small circle. So that one letter is a vowel, and it's got a line going towards the middle, so that's an I. So I is our first word. Then we have this word here, and it has a shallow divot with 1, 2, 3 lines coming off of it. This line, and this line. Even though this line curves, it still counts as a line, and they count where they end on the circle. So 1, 2, 3 lines makes that an S, and then on it we have an O. So O. Continuing around here, we have a circle inside the word circle, and these lines passing through it do not count. Only lines that end on it count. So they count here and they count here, but not on that stem. And that stem has 3 dots, so that is an L. Then we have an E on the line of the word circle. And then we have some stacked letters. So if letters share a stem, they can stack on top of each other. If the lines are the same thickness, it's the same letter. But if they're different thicknesses, which all 3 of these are, then they're different letters. So we read thin to thick. So this thin one, middle one, and then thick one is the order we read them. So this thinnest one, if we count the lines, we have these 2 plus a third here. So that is an M. And this medium thickness one has 1 line on it here. So that is an N. And this thickest one has 3 dots. So that's an L. So MNL. So solemnly. And then we have the Y at the end of this word. So on the line of the word circle with 2 dots. And I erase the line oftentimes behind vowels and don't erase it behind consonants just to make them a bit more obvious as far as this is a vowel on the word circle line, this is a consonant on the word circle, this is a consonant, this is a vowel, so on and so forth. So here is SOLEMNLY, solemnly, and then we have this word. Here's the bottom of the word circle. This is the first stem we hit. It has 1, 2, 3 lines, so that is another S, just like this S. And then we have a W because it's got 2 lines. And this W overlaps with our next word. This one I have overlapping on its T stems, where I have another word in that divot. So this is what the divot looks like without a letter in it, without a word in it, sorry. Divot without a word, divot without a word. But this divot is still a divot taken out of this word circle, but there's another word right there, so just kind of uses these stems to connect up our words. But anyway, 2 lines coming off of that, so that would be a W, then an E, just like this E, and then an A outside the word circle, and then we have an R, again, same type of dealio. We have a shallow divot taken out, another shallow divot taken out, with 1, 2, 3 dots closest to that, so that's that R. So there's our swear. Then we have that, T-H-A-T. I don't care that there's not enough room in my cloud. Okay, T-H-A-T. So T-H has no modifiers. A, just like that, A, and a T. Like an S, but with no lines, because again, lines that pass through don't count. This one passes through. This one ends on it. This one doesn't end on it, so it doesn't count. So, yeah. Anyway. So, T, so T-H-A-T. Then another I, just like this I. Then we have our next word here. And this is tricky because this looks like it could be a word circle, but there's no divot that's shaped like this. So this can't be a word circle. This is a word circle, though, because it's got letters on it. Yay! Here's our A for an A on the first letter of this word. And then we have a circle inside the word circle, just like these guys. And it has 1, 2, passes through, doesn't count, 3, passes through, doesn't count. So 3 lines on that makes it an M. So am is this word. Then we have this word here, U, line going outwards, P, because it's got 2 lines on it. And this, again, is a kind of a sneaky word circle. But if it were a word, it would just be the word E. It just has this on it, which could be the letter E. But it's not. This word is actually a word, which is U-P, up. So P has 2 lines on it. Up. Then we have T-O-2, N-O, because an N. Ooh, we haven't actually seen, yes, no we haven't. We haven't seen any N's. This is an N because it's got 1 line. Yes, we have. This is an N because it's got 1 line on it. This middle one. N-O, and then we have a G because it's got 1 line on a deep divot. O, because they're like this. Then 1, 2, 3 dots on this deep divot, making it a D. Because the dots, they don't have to be inside, outside, or wherever. They just have to be closest to that stem, or obviously part of this stem and not any others to count. So, G-O-O-D. So, good. So, I solemnly swear that I am up to no good. And this is the sentence circle. It's safe to put decorations and fanciness on the sentence circle, not on the words, because then they look like letters or might interfere with the letters. So, yeah, that's the sentence circle. So I really like this design, and I think it'll make an awesome shoulder tattoo for you. So yeah, bye.